Right, in this video I want to introduce you to a free WordPress plugin called Duplicator. What this plugin allows you to do is duplicate an entire WordPress site. So it's really simple to use, and the purpose for this and how I've used it in the past is basically, if you're putting a lot of effort into a site and building it up, got lots of posts and pages and whatnot, and you want to saturate the search engines. In my experience, Google is typically not going to rank the same domain or pages on the same domain for lots and lots of different positions for the same keyword, if that makes sense. So the way that I stretch that content that I put in effort to create is I'll duplicate that website. So even though it's either the same content or maybe I go through and manually spin the content so it's a little bit unique on each of the sites that I duplicate, then it gives Google another property that they can rank. And I've done this successfully with a number of different sites. It's really simple, and it's just a really simple way to scale and take up more positions in the search engine. And I don't generally send backlinks to these websites. I just let Google index them naturally. But the plugin is called Duplicator. It's absolutely free. You can type in Duplicator plugin, and I would look for this tutorial on how to use it. This tutorial is a couple years old, so I think the user interface has changed just a little bit, but I'll show you how to use it. This plugin does a really nice job of walking you through exactly how to use it. But basically, you would install the plugin on your site, then go to Duplicator, Packages, and then Create New, and then it will just guide you through these steps. And basically when it's done, it will give you two files. I think one is a zip file and one is another type of file. You would download those files, and then you would just drag those to your FTP or through a file transfer program to your hosting, and then follow the steps that are given in the video. Basically, you would enter in the URL of your website that you want to install this new site on, and in just a couple of clicks you have this brand new site that's a complete duplicate of your site that you duplicated, that you just duplicated. And this is another reason I like to use Host60 for my hosting. Previously I used just a regular shared hosting account from HostGator, and if you've got sites that are just a couple hundred pages, then it's not going to be a problem to duplicate those sites. But if you start to build up sites that are thousands or tens of thousands of posts and pages, you're probably going to run into some like memory issues on your site. Being able to, number one, just duplicate that site, and then being able to install that again and again on that same shared hosting provider. So that's why I like Host60. And the FTP program I like to use on Mac is CyberDuck. It's really simple. Just to add a new connection, you'll just come up here to Open Connection, and you'll enter in your server information that was given to you when you set up your hosting account. So once you log into that account, assuming that you have a server pilot hosting through Host60, you'll navigate to Apps, which are your websites, and then you'll navigate to the folder that you've set up for your brand new domain. And there's no need to check WordPress and install WordPress on this site when you're creating it inside of your server pilot account. If you want to, once you get into the account, you'll click public, and you can delete all the files in there. Basically, you will drag those two files that the Duplicator plugin created into this folder, and then again follow the additional steps that are laid out in this Duplicator plugin tutorial, and basically it'll just guide you through the steps of installing that site. And so again, this is just another simple way to scale and kind of stretch content and get as much out of that content that you're creating, and just saturate the search engines for multiple different long tail keywords and search phrases, because again, there's not that many people that are going after these keywords to begin with. So having one position is great, but once that works for you, you're probably going to be looking for ways to expand, and this is just a really simple way to do that, and you can do this over and over again. I've done this just a couple of times, but I'm sure you could do this 5 or 10 times and still get results. So that's how to duplicate a WordPress website, and just another way to scale and another angle that you can add to the list of things that you know how to do to stretch this long tail keyword strategy.